Hello and welcome back to Somo Diecast. My name is Ron, and today on this edition of the Random Restoration Mondays, I have a Matchbox by Lesney, number 55 or 73 Mercury Wagon. I've always loved this little casting. It's a beautiful representation of a Mercury wagon, and right down to the two dogs in the back. It's a little play worn. They've pretty much worn all the paint away, and we have a few cracks in the glass. I don't know if I have another one I can rob a good glass out of. I'll have to do a little more digging, but let's go ahead and blow this apart, take a look at the pieces and parts and see what we got to play with, and we'll see what we can do to bring this little beauty back. So everybody, stick around. All right, we got a little Matchbox by Lesney, number 55 or 73 Mercury Wagon, all blown apart. Now, if memory serves, I believe they share a common base with the other Mercury sedan, which is why I believe it's at 55 or 73. This one had two posts. Already drilled them and tapped them for the 256 screws and managed to get that drilled and tapped successfully. As you can see, all the paint is nearly gone, but that's all right. Well detailed little casting. It has the Mercury script on the rear, the tailgate there. Glass, like I said, it's a little play worn. I'm hoping it's not so far cracked. I know in the windshield it's very play worn, and we're going to try to save the glass. I don't think I have another one. Our interior, kind of a pale yellow. I think it used to be white. We might try to just bring that back, maybe put it in a little peroxide and UV for a while. We'll see how that works out. And our base, like I said, when it says 55 or 73 Mercury, I think they were using this for the wagon and the sedan. I don't recall exactly, but unless my memory is totally gone, that's what they were. The wheels are held in here by this little plastic suspension piece, which is all there, not broken, and looks like the first generation super fast wheels, which we are going to try to save and put back on this little car since it is a restoration. Well, that's all the pieces and parts. So let's get what's left of the paint stripped off of that body, and we'll get the rest of it cleaned up and see what we can do to bring our little Mercury wagon back. So everybody, please stay tuned. All right, before we get to the reveal, here is a quick look back at where we started. This is a Matchbox by Lesney, number 55 or 73, Mercury Wagon. So let's go ahead and get to the reveal, and we will see what I was able to do with this well-loved little Mercury Wagon. Everybody, stay tuned. All right, we have our Matchbox Lesney number 55 or 73 Mercury Wagon all finished up. This started life looking very similar to this. When I got my hands on it, all the paint was gone and looking a little bit sad. So we cleaned it up and painted it I believe it's the foil metallic green by is it Rust-Oleum, I believe. Anyway, beautiful little color, not super shiny, but you know, it is what it is. I like green. It came out looking quite nice, and we refurbished the wheels, repainted them in the satin black by Color Shot. Kind of wanted to save the first generation super fast wheels. The interior we cleaned up as best we could. We put it in some peroxide with UV light for a few days and brightened it up considerably. The dogs look a lot happier in the back. Base was a bit corroded, but we took care of that with a little lime away in water, and then finishing up that with a wire wheel on my rotary tool. The only thing we detailed was pretty much what they did on all Matchbox. They hit the taillights, so I did too. The glass was not in great shape. I did the best I could with it. The old Matchbox plastics are incredibly brittle, but I was able to get this one cleaned up and polished as best I could. I couldn't take the little cracks out of it, but since this is going on my shelf with all the other Matchbox that I have restored, I'm happy with it the way it is. Well, I hope you like this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. If you're not currently a subscriber, I hope you will. And when you subscribe, be sure you ring the bell so you'll be notified of future builds when I have them available. And be sure you share with your friends. Well, thank you all once again for watching this edition of Random Restoration Mondays. And be sure you come back for more. I will see you in the next.